Sorry guys, I was watching Mario. Sorry, I was watching a Mario gameplay. Since we're gonna get through this on part 1, I'm gonna make a whole script of Tails meeting other people for the he already met Chaos, so we're gonna have to meet Case for the first time, I guess. But I have to make a whole script about it. I might make a roleplay script on meeting Case and knowing about other evil villains that he doesn't know, but he does know them specifically. Like he has a demonized book that learns about these other villains, even if they're unknown. Well, so today we're gonna do a role play of Team Sonic EXE. Team Sonic EXE versus Team Sonic EXE versus my brother and me. But it's gonna be like sonic.exe appears from his own universe, but this is the evil Sonic EXE. I think possessed still. I don't know. Sonic EXE would walk into like Tails' house and knowingly for Sonic EXE, he would start talking to him about working back with Sonic EXE in his world. He does not want to do that. The last time he did that, Sonic EXE would did take over Cream's body, and he still does. He wants to take over more people. The reason he keeps going back to him because he still owns him as a I don't know slave. He's My brother looks over and says that you're not as he's not your slave anymore. He moved on. Even if for Zack the Wolf, Demon Hellhound, even for him, he has taken over Tails' body more times than not, and then shook it off like it was nothing. We have defeated Zack more times than not. Zack the Wolf Hellhound is a multiversal slash glitch multiversal. He is on pars with multiple gods. He can be defeated in battle somehow with his lack of anger anger management. He does have a bit of rudeness, caringness. He doesn't care about the world or who he endangers. He likes to cause mayhem. Zack the Wolf's powers and abilities include reality warping, child abuse. When I say child abuse, I mean it. He has did child abuse. Zack the Wolf has did child abuse against his own son. He has did everything of a demon that an evil demon that could, because he is his own evil demon from hell. He can be put back into hell, but he can't escape from hell. Zack the Wolf Demon Hellhound can have a certain amount of locks on him before he breaks out of them, but the specific lock he cannot escape is from when Tails and Drake fuse together, and if Tails has a lock ability on him, he can lock him away forever. He has done it before multiple times on Zack the Wolf. Zack the Wolf does have swordsmanship. He does have def. He has all manipulation of all manipulation abilities. He has Toon Force. He has fighting skills, swordsmanship. He has all the skills of from Pacific gods that he likes from animes. Zack the Wolf can summon hell-like meteors that could, even when punched, get sliced. It could break your hand off, cut it off. Even if you say that you're a demon, that hand is going to give you a lot of pain. Like, you can easily get it back in your hand. As soon as you get it back in your hand, it causes immense pain to the user. Immense pain. It feels like 1,000 needles is poking your hand. With his swordsmanship, Zack the Wolf can cut through a building far away. He can cut through multiple buildings. Yeah, he is multiversal, but his sword is universal. It can cut through multiple buildings, enemies. He can cut through several OCs, all meme. He can cut through memes, and he can cut through the moon solar system. He can make the stars into his own sword, and he calls it the Star Universal Sword, which is able to cut through the universe. He collected the universe and made a universe sword called a Universal Sword, which is able to cut through the multiverse. He then made a multiversal sword, which can cut into the fourth wall. This fourth wall with fourth wall breaking, he can break the fourth wall and reveal like his own events that he already did on his own son. But if he goes against someone that's mad or pissed off, he will just overpower them because he'll just like calm them down by tricking them. He'll get into Tails' head to either A, get him to trick other people, B, he can either like control Tails to do some unfaithful shit, and it's Zack the Wolf's fault. The reason that he does control him, because he doesn't even care about his son. He doesn't even care, not one bit. He did care about his son when Tails was about to be thrown into like I don't know some unknown like he did care for him, but I don't know what the figure was. If I had to put a Tails the Fox versus Zack the Wolf, it'll go something like this. It's tails.exe, which is me. I can warp reality. I have multiversal warping reality, universal warping reality, Toon Force warping reality, and Golly warping reality. I can change the plot of the story. I can change how the story is from like being gay to full on straight as hell. I can I can jump from timeline to timeline to timeline, like infinite timelines. But what if you had infinite on infinite on infinite timelines? That can work too. He has broken out of every spell, and if I mean every, he's broken out of every spell. Trust me. Tails has broken out of demon spells, demonic spells, um, curse spells, and so on, because the list goes on and on and on. He has he has his super form like Sonic. He has his dark form. He has Dark Spine Super, Dark Super form, and now we get those forms are universal and multiversal alone. We get into the most stronger forms, which are his fusion anime forms that I already listed on him. But we get into he does have true forms with which is his god glitch form, like we call him I call him glitch tails exe 606, which is a god like demon that can take control of the multiverse. And reason, yeah, he can take over the multiverse. He can take over the universe. He can take over other animes, memes, and YTV characters. He can even take over cartoon character bodies. He has one up to the one above all ones. He has killed the one above all, and you will see like everything that what he has done, like to kill, like what facts has he accomplished, who he survived from. So tails.exe has a lot of swords from different animes, but he does have god swords. These godlike swords are from the game of Sonic and Black Knight. They are strong enough to cut through Link's shield, which is unbreakable, but he does have upgrades on each blade, which can cut through. He has a water jet sword, which is able to cut through metal and any piece of metal. And we know how. Goddamn it. We know how much pressure you need to cut through any metal material. And this jet water sword can cut through metal, people, and oceans because it's like a sword that, like, once it touches you, it cuts through like skin. It burns. It hurts. He also has the abilities to like summon like infinite of swords or materials, items, and other arsenals. He has a time watch, where he can reverse time. He can mess with time and space. He can mess with people by stopping them in time, and like he can punch, kick, or slice them in half, or he can give them amount of punishment with his different forms that he has. Speaking of punishments, he can go into a Monokuma form, which can give out roughly a brief punishments, but he only gives them out if the person really does either deserves it or is like the black. And like he sees if the character kills, and if he kills, he goes into like a execution type kind of theory. He can cause people to go into different dimensions. He can go faster than FTL, light speed, and he can go into a god mode Monokuma, where he fights Beerus, and as he's fighting him, you can see like Monokuma's like tells his hands glowing. That means he's stealing Beerus's powers. And this goes on for, let's say, like 24 hours. And he never gets tired. Like, he can fight Beerus, the one above all. Like, he can fight him. He can fight the world's strongest woman that was in Danganronpa, I think, one or two. He didn't execute the ultimate detective for some reason because he's not being a good detective. First of all, second of all, he's kind of like, I guess, a weak detective. For Kaede, if he is seen around Kaede or other people that he does not want to end up hurting, he'll be their friends or slash brother. Because tails.exe is brothers to Kaede, the ultimate swimmer, The ultimate gamer, for some reason, the ultimate gamer can be seen in Tails' room playing on the Wii a lot of times. Oh, there's a lot of stuff like so. There has been a lot of things have been going around. Sorry if anyone's seen the Discord, but I'm gonna say that if anybody has so today today I'm too tired to do this, but there are a lot of options for back to this roleplay that I'm doing of Team Sonic.exe. And I know Cream.exe can't stay 8 years old throughout every series since like Sonic Gaming, because this is 2023 by now. Because if this is 2023 and Cream is like 8, she should be like the roughly age of like Sonic right about now, because he's like 30 years old. Because Tails is like, what? Is 2023 and the games come out like a long ass time? Because if I have that, he should be roughly around like in his 20s or 30s. But he's an 8-year-old child, also, or 6. I don't even know how old he is. In the games, though, he is, I think, a guys. Nintendo broadcast it like he's like 8 years old and some shit. And I'm like, we know that Sonic had his like 30th birthday. I don't know. And we get to, if I have to get to Tails, Tails is not even. I would be like, Tails shouldn't be 8. He should be like 25. He should be like 29 by now. Cream, Cream should be like in her 18 or 19 by now, dating him. Cosmo should be like what in her 20s by now. Amy, she's probably like 30 or 40 years old. I don't even know. Shadow, probably like 40 or 50 or 60 years old. I don't really know how old Shadow is because he's probably like old as hell. But to people, I need like like 1,000 subscribers to subscribe to my channel. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna at least try.